Hey everyone, Scott, the Scott Man. We're here to do a drive video today. We are here in downtown Houston. Just look at how beautiful the skyline is. So we're going to be doing a video on I-45 South going from Interstate 10 here in downtown Houston, and we're going to head all the way to the NASA bypass out like in the Clear Lake area, which is about halfway between Houston and Galveston. So this is a continuation of the I-45 South videos I've filmed in previous Houston trips, where I've done a segment going into downtown Houston from like the Grand Parkway area. I think that was like 3 years ago. And then just a year ago, I did the segment further north, like going from like the Huntsville area, or maybe not Huntsville, maybe like New Waverly, Willis area, going all the way down to the Grand Parkway. So now we're continuing that and heading down to some of the areas of southeast Houston, kind of going toward Clear Lake. So this stretch of I-45 can get really, really busy and almost like gridlock. So I picked a very good day to film this because it's New Year's Day, so traffic is very light. But yeah, this is a really cool part of I-45 because this is an elevated freeway right here. We won't be able to see it in this video or anything because we'll be going by it, but you can look off to the left and you can see all the skyscrapers for downtown Houston. We began at the big interchange for Interstate 10, and coming up ahead, this is the interchange for 59, or also Interstate 69, which 59 going southwest will take you over toward the uptown area near where the Galleria is, and then heads all the way down toward like the Sharpstown and Sugarland, Stafford area, eventually getting down toward Richmond, Rosenberg, and continues southwest toward Victoria, Texas, before eventually ending up all the way to Laredo. And then 59 going northeast goes to like the northeast suburbs, going up toward Humboldt, then up to like New Caney, Splendora, Kingwood, those areas, and then continuing its way up toward Cleveland, Texas, and then Lufkin, eventually head up to Texarkana, the northeastern part of the state. Actually walking on the freeway right now. I don't think that's legal. This is also a hard video for me to film too, because especially in the winter time, because the sun is, you can easily see the sun if you're driving to the south, and with us going southeast, I can't film this really at all during the early part of the day, so I have to wait until like later in the afternoon. So this is perfect, I would say. And yeah, over in here, it's like we're in the area where the University of Houston is, like that exit back there, maybe even this next one. You can wiggle your way over to the University of Houston. And this is the exit for Spur 5, which just takes you down to alternate Highway 90. So this stretch of Interstate 45, which is called the Gulf Freeway, as you head southeast out of downtown Houston. And if I'm not mistaken, This may have even been one of the first freeways constructed in the city of Houston. And yeah, over here you got the exit for Telephone Road, which eventually it connects with Highway 35, which Highway 35 eventually heads all toward Corpus Christi, going like to Rockport and that area, and also Port Lavaca, and also to Alvin, Texas, which is much closer to Houston. And also Telephone Road is actually, there's a song called Telephone Road that's by music artist Steve Earle, who's more famous for his song Copperhead Road. So anyway, what I was talking about earlier, or just a couple minutes ago, this freeway, I-45, the Gulf Freeway, is important because this is the freeway which takes you down to like where NASA is, which is basically the Johnson Space Center, where you have like mission control and all that stuff for NASA. But of course, I-45 goes all the way to Galveston. So it's the main freeway you take to get to Galveston. And also, if you're flying out of Hobby Airport, not to be confused with Intercontinental Airport, which is the larger airport serving most airlines, Hobby Airport is the smaller airport. And generally, if you're flying in and out of Houston by Southwest Airlines, you're coming and going to Hobby Airport. Taste my breath a little bit. I just had barbecue. I had barbecue Truth Barbecue for lunch just a little while ago, which was amazing, by the way. So we got the interchange here for the 610 loop, which over here this is like the south loop. So we take 610 loop going west. That'll take you in the direction toward where NRG Stadium is, which is where the Houston Texans play for football. Or if you continue to the east and eventually curves to the northeast, the 610 loop can take you toward the LaPorte Freeway, which is what you can use to get over toward where the San Jacinto Monument is. Or also you can get over to Highway 105 to get over to Kemah, which is of course where you have the Kemah Boardwalk. Okay, I was making sure this right lane wasn't about to end, so otherwise I'd have to let that truck over. Okay, so if you're going to Hobby Airport, you're going to want to, that sounded weird. If you're going to Hobby Airport, you will want to get off at this exit here for Broadway. Yeah, well, there's different exits you can take too, but this is probably the easiest one. So you want to get off here for Broadway Boulevard. Broadway Boulevard is just right at that traffic light over there. Just follow the signs for Broadway, because you'll be making a slight right, not a sharp right. That's Park Place Boulevard. The first traffic light. The second traffic light would be Broadway Boulevard, and you make a slight right, and that'll take you due south all the way to Hobby Airport. Sims Bayou here. Yeah, anytime I've flown into Houston, I drove down from Michigan, so I'm using my own car right now, but anytime I've flown into Houston, I usually fly out of Intercontinental Airport because I'm always flying with Delta. So the last time I've flown out of Hobby Airport was, I think in 1998, when I was a kid, I think we flew Southwest Airlines. Southwest is because, again, Detroit is a big hub for Delta, so I'm always flying Delta everywhere, because I can get pretty much anywhere from Detroit using Delta. And this is the last exit you can take for Hobby Airport, so don't fret if you miss any of those exits back there, because you easily get off here, and then when you get to Airport Boulevard, you can make a right turn, and that'll take you over to Hobby Airport that way. You'll just be coming in from the east. And technically, if you're coming up from Galveston, you're going to Hobby Airport, you will want to get off of the exit at the exit for Airport Boulevard, because then you can take that west toward the airport. Anyway, so I was talking about, so yeah, Southwest Airlines is not really an airline I fly, just because I'm kind of limited to where I can go anyway. Plus, Delta can get me anywhere I generally need to when I fly. But not only that, but Southwest Airlines does fly out of Detroit, but there are no non-stop flights to Houston. So basically, because of that, I would not have any reason to fly into Hobby Airport. Because usually to have non-stop flights, I would either have to fly Delta or United. Yeah, I was contemplating on whether to do a longer video going all the way to Galveston in this video, but when I was calculating it's a little too long, just because it's like I probably would not have the full battery life for this. It's a little, I don't want to say fun fact because it's not really a fun fact, but I'm down to my last GoPro battery right now, and it's really hard to get new batteries for the GoPro Hero 5 Black. It's the same GoPro I've had for several years. I want to upgrade to a new GoPro, but the thing is, like, because you have to activate that with your phone, and my phone's kind of old too. I may have to upgrade my phone too. So it's like, I'll probably need to get a new phone before I get a new GoPro. So because of it, I'm kind of limited to what I can do with driving videos right now, but to where I can do short videos. But this is not a problem. At some point on a future trip down to Southeast Texas, I need to get back to Galveston again, so I can always film a video that way. Although I'd have to be careful because the sun could be in the way, where I would either have to go down on a cloudy day or go down late in the day, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Shopping mall there, got the Alameda Mall, saw JCPenney over there, or I don't know if I saw JCPenney, I saw Macy's. So with this, I'm just going to the NASA bypass, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, and then in the future, at some point, the next times I come down, especially if I go to Galveston, I'll do the last part going into Galveston. So here we have the exit for the Sam Houston Tollway, or Beltway 8, which is a more outer loop of Houston, which is mostly a toll road. So this is the southeastern part of Beltway 8, which that's another video I need to do too. I've done the northwestern half of Beltway 8, or the Sam Houston Tollway. I still got to do the southeastern half. Not sure if I'll get to doing that in this trip or not, but I should try to do that at some point though. Yeah, I love all the palm trees over here. But yeah, we are getting, of course, starting to get more and more close to the Gulf Coast. Not necessarily here, but so we're starting to see a lot more in the way of palm trees compared to if you're like in the northern part of Houston. Oh yeah, plus another reason why I can't really go all the way to Galveston is because after this video's done, I'm going to be heading, I need to head back the opposite direction because I'm going to visit my aunt today who lives in Houston. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her, and then also seeing her son, which is my cousin. He and his wife, they just had a baby this past year, and I'll be getting to meet their baby boy, which would be really cool. So that's another reason why I can't drive all the way to Galveston in this video today. This is one reason why I love holidays, because traffic is a lot lighter and I can film these driving videos without having to worry about heavy traffic. Unless there is a collision or something. I can probably get over. So right now we're starting to get out into the Clear Lake area and also Friendswood. So Clear Lake is going to be off to the left a ways, and then off to the right a ways will be Friendswood, which both of them are kind of like southeast suburbs of Houston. Technically, where we're ending the video, we're going to be over by the suburb of Webster. And yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I can't see the ramp for the NASA bypass just yet, but we'll be getting to it in a few minutes. So from where we are right now, we're only like 28 miles from Galveston right now. Webster now. And also we got 3 exits which are for Space Center Houston. And of course it also includes the Johnson Space Center, which is the main office for NASA here in Houston, and also where you have mission control. So like, if you've ever seen I-10, which of course was a movie back in the 90s. Of course, you have the famous quote, Houston, oh, we've had a problem here. Although it's incorrectly saying, Houston, we have a problem. They say it that way in the movie, but in reality, it's Houston, we've had a problem here. They changed it for the movie just to make it more exciting. But anyway, so Space Center Houston, yeah, there's also like a visitor area too, where you can go in, like as a tourist, you can go in and see some really cool space related exhibits, and you can even take a guided tour over to the original Mission Control building, which they used for Apollo 11 when we landed back in the moon in July of 1969, which I did that 3 years ago. That was really cool. Okay, I don't want NASA Parkway. Because, yeah, the bypass is coming up at that ramp way up that way, about another mile. And that is where we will end this video. But yeah, if you're visiting Houston, you have to check out the Space Center Houston. It is really cool. I highly recommend it. It's totally worth it. But yeah, there's a lot to see and do there, so you definitely will want to plan a good portion of your day there. So get ready to start wrapping up this video, and then of course I-45 continues south for another 25 miles all the way to Galveston. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video here in I-45, going from I-10 in downtown Houston all the way over to the NASA bypass, or NASA Highway 1 over here, like the Webster Clear Lake area. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out any future adventures. Well, thanks for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scottman, signing out here from the suburbs of Houston, Texas.